going on, guys? This is Fast Derek here for Moto number 20 of the MotOHIO show here on June 2nd, 2020, here in the Everett 328 Production Studios. And joining us this week, as we always have, the one and only Grip It, Rip It, Kevin On. He's a little bit out of frame. What's going on, buddy?
I am going to have to scoot over a little bit.
Yeah, what's going on, man?
Let's see. Well, it'll be here in a minute, but not too much. Just kind of hanging out. We got a good guest in today.
Yes, we have Mario Testa joining us in the studio. He was the last planned guest to have before the COVID-19 crisis hit across the country, and we abided by the stay-at-home policy that the governor issued and everything else. So we were just minding our P's and Q's until the stay-at-home order was lifted, just getting all the background music all taken care of, and back in action. There we go. Yeah, we were just abiding by all the rules that our governor was putting in place and the stay-at-home policies, so Mario did not join us. There he goes, hitting the hand sanitizer. Is a little bit out of frame. But yeah, glad you're here in the studio, joining us from Moto number 20 of the MotOHIO show, brought to you by the Ohio MX PitBike Riders, Reed's Auto Detailing, and Smooth Speed MX helping us out for this week's show. We got a lot of things to talk about, recapping from this past weekend. This past weekend, we finally got racing again, not necessarily locally, but nationally. We got the Supercross races back underway, and I know you guys may not have had a chance to watch it. I know, Kevin, you were relying on me.
I kept relaying to you for what was going on in it, but,
right.
But also was very happy with the outcome.
Yes, I was as well. We were kind of talking about it last week, where maybe Justin Barsha was going to be the guy coming in, you know, guns a-blazing.
Like it was like an opener again. You know how he always is. You know, I mean, usually with the game-changing openers, you know, like Justin is on his game, but obviously the cards played just as it has been.
Right.
You know, all three riders up front that are usually up there.
What do they have, like 85 days off? And I was trying to do the math in my head, and yeah, that's from Saturday, which is what they were typically racing on for Supercross races, racing on a Sunday. That'd make the 85 days. So I was doing the math, and it is correct. But yeah, it's great to be back racing again, and I got some heat results brought up for you guys here, just off camera. And heat number one, you know, coming out guns a-blazing. Eli Tomac in the 450 heat number one. Led that thing from pretty much gate drop to checkers.
That's excellent.
He was running good. He and Cooper Webb were, you know, leaps and bounds ahead of the rest of the field when it comes to that first heat race.
You always
in the
have some of
450
those guys
class.
that are that's them setters. You know what I mean? So then you know you either have to match that pace or it's just not even going for you that weekend.
A lot of hopeful riders. Blake Baggett, he actually did get a great start in that first 450 heat race, but he kind of fell off the pace early.
He did okay in the main for a while, didn't he?
He was doing okay in the main, but I'm just gonna let's just finish off with the heat race. This is real quick, Kevo. Zach Osborne finishing in fourth. You know, one rider I'm a little bit disappointed to see outside the top five in the 450 heat race was Malcolm Stewart. I was really hoping for a little bit more out of Mookie coming off the break. You know, he kind of, you want to say that he has a place to train down there in Florida. The Stewart compound, which is his brother's place that is groomed for Supercross training and Nationals training. I was really hoping to see a little bit more out of Malcolm Stewart because he didn't have the excuse where he didn't have a place to ride.
Well, like we said though, with the field being so stacked, man, it's
stacked. It's so stacked.
It's also the first one, so they're probably like just trying to stay a little.
Maybe he has a little bit more jitters than the other guys. I mean, maybe he was a little bit more nervous, a little bit more like
just
you know things could maybe just be a little bit more rattled in his head for this first one coming back.
That could be.
And I'm sure he has a lot of weight on his shoulders, anyways. I mean, you're James Stewart's little brother.
Yeah,
it's rough, bro.
He's already got a championship, but just in the 250 class, so he's trying to.
It doesn't count.
In the grand scheme of things?
Right. I mean, in his brother's eyes, it doesn't. You know, so he knows that.
Because James has a couple of them.
Correct, big ones. And you know, so that's why that's what he's shooting for, and I believe it's still within his grasp. I don't think it's outside of his grasp. I think Malcolm.
You think it's outside of his grasp?
Yes.
Malcolm, he's got some buckling down to do, but I think whenever Malcolm's riding good, nobody can touch him in the whoops.
No, Malcolm's
in whoops. And he's big enough where he can manhandle that bike in the and across the jumps.
I think if he just lets it hang out like his brother and he stays on two wheels, then you win.
If he can hang it out like his brother can and use his body to his advantage, because he's built like a linebacker.
Oh,
he's big.
Yeah.
So Malcolm, you know, hopefully for some better results. Again, this is just in the 450 heat race number one, but I'm gonna hop over to the 450 heat race number two. See if I can't get the thing away from the screen. There we go. Ken Roxon.
Hey!
Pretty much single-handedly, he and his training partner, Adam Cianciarulo, kind of checked out from the rest of the pack. Even though Cianciarulo fell off the pace, you know, towards the tail end, of that second 450 heat race. He was about almost 3 seconds down coming across the stripe. But Justin Brayton, he had a great start in that second 450 heat race, finishing in third. Jason Anderson leaving his training compound down there in Florida. Baker's, yeah, he left the Baker's compound.
Yeah.
So Anderson is now training on his own, and he went to get some altitude training. He went back to his hometown in New Mexico and did some altitude training in preparation for the Salt Lake City race, because Salt Lake City is at a higher altitude.
That's 6,000 feet.
It's like
another
6,000
reason why Tomac does probably really well there. I mean,
Yeah.
he's used to that as well.
Exactly.
He grew up in shit.
And
I mean, he can't be no better at it. You know, there's no way to ever practice as much as if he grew up, didn't he, in the mountains and
Cortez, Colorado, yeah,
wham,
he was
dude,
up there.
You're in the thin air, dude. You're like as a kid, you know. So that's just, I mean, your muscle memory is there
And
still.
down there at the Baker's factory in Florida,
It's heavy air.
You're at 300 feet.
Yeah, air's like you can like see it. You can see the air down there, like literally. I've been there. I've been in Florida too much. Like it's literally like, whoa,
So
heavy, right?
So I don't fault Jason Anderson for leaving the Baker's factory to get his own training wherever it may be from whomever it may be, because he's definitely, I definitely think he's going in the right direction.
I'd say with the Baker's thing going on down there, dude's got a lot going on now.
He does.
I mean, he has so many riders going in and out of there, you know, and this and that. And maybe Jason just felt like it wasn't really jiving as well anymore.
Even though
Dude kind of does his own thing.
Jason,
Yeah, he kind of like a PG J-Law. You know,
Yes.
kind of like, you know, like,
You can say
hey,
that.
make it suck it, you know, and stuff like that. You know, like little things like that.
And he'll ride with his shirt tail
the
out.
shirt tattering, you know, and the
J-Law's been riding again.
yes, he is. He is going to be
Yeah.
at the Pleasure Valley or not the Pleasure, like regional, super regional. He is signed up for that A class, so that's going to be awesome to see.
Doggy.
Yeah, it's unreal still on a bike. Earlier than back in the day in Florida.
He's insane.
Just like you said, it's just like,
He can go anywhere he wants to go.
yeah, like me and Brad
So
Esper
fast.
were actually riding with him once down at Skytop in Florida, and we were playing like takeout.
Okay.
And I don't know how it happened, but me and Brad went to like take him out together, and I don't know, somehow he got out of the way and me and Brad took each other out. This is a mess.
That sounds about right.
We'll get on some more personal stories later in the show during your own personal segment there, Mario. I do appreciate chiming in with your own little with everything you guys have during the show. Please chime in with as much as you guys have. Digging into deeper stories. Jason Anderson, great to see him finishing in fourth in the heat race. We're gonna get to some main event results in just a couple of minutes. But our hopeful rider Justin Barcia finished in fifth in the heat race, so that was a little bit disappointing to see, but that's not the main event.
Correct. I mean, but it usually sets kind of a precedent for what's coming, what's going to happen.
Right, and it definitely was, because we did not see Justin Barcia up inside the top five. He was back outside the top five in 8th place, coming across the stripe in that 450 main event. Eli Tomac, he led that thing. They almost got 30 laps in. 29 laps.
Are you kidding me?
Was the lap count.
Wow, man,
Yep.
that's a lot of times in a circle you end up getting dizzy.
A little bit.
I'm telling you,
Cooper
man.
Webb was able to keep Tomac, keep that shark within distance, because he was only 3.5, close to 4 seconds across or behind Tomac coming across the stripe, where Roxon was 13.5 seconds
Wow.
behind Tomac. So,
Or the track just fell apart, I bet.
oh, it was gone.
It
It was for sure. It was baked.
Yeah.
It was gone. It was hard packed because it was 90 degrees in the middle of the afternoon for the main event.
Woo!
So it
Did
was.
it get dusty?
warm.
Oh yeah, it got everything.
Yeah.
Rutted. I seen it in like a little bit of it on YouTube, and like through the sections, it was so combed. Corduroy.
It was
dude.
crazy.
Just corduroy. I was like, shoot,
It
something's
was-
gonna get chewed up.
It was
And
weird.
Roxon almost did.
He did.
Just great save, young man. Whoa.
It was really weird to see no fans in the stands, but they are abiding by the COVID protocol in which they have set forth. I think they're limiting.
China people were there. Our cardboard cutouts.
Kind of, sort of. They had.
There was a couple.
There was a big rectangular spectator banners across the grandstand, so that was a little bit odd to see.
Just different.
It was just weird to see nobody in the stands.
I
And
bet.
everybody.
I bet it was weird for the racers. I bet it was weird for some of the racers. I mean,
Oh,
like you're just
100%.
like out there like damn, like the place is closed. I'm out here racing. It's not even open. Like it does.
Right.
It probably feels like that. You're like, man, did we just sneak? Are we supposed to be here?
Popcorn vendors popping popcorn for
It was probably honestly probably relaxing for
It
him.
may have been
could've
too
been.
because you didn't have
More
everyone
laid
bombarding
back.
you.
No
know what I mean?
pressure,
Because
no cheering.
You know, like when those guys step out of the pits, they just get swarmed. I mean, like, they always do.
It's crazy.
You know?
Tomac, Cooper Webb were able to sweep the pack. 29 laps for Tomac, 3.5 seconds ahead of Cooper Webb. Like I was saying, Ken Roxon finished in third place, 13.5 seconds across or behind Tomac. Jason Anderson was able to hang on. That altitude training paid off for a fourth place main event finish.
That's not bad.
It's not bad at all. Not at all.
He beat all the other Baker guys.
He did. Oh no. Cooper Webb. Cooper Webb is a Baker
Webb is the
trainer.
main Baker.
He's the reigning champion too. So we'll give him the excuse of finishing
I get
upwards
that.
at front of the
Yeah,
pack.
I mean, he can run number one play.
Zach Osborne was able to come across the stripe in fifth. So
I'm
that's
so
a great
proud of him.
result for
Good job,
Yakko Zacco. Martin Davalos, our unexpected hopeful rider coming
That's
into the
my
450
dude,
class,
man.
finished in sixth place.
Good
Kind
to
of
be.
under the radar. I didn't hear a single thing through the entire night program
Entire
about
broadcast.
Martin Davalos.
Number 37.
Not a single thing.
That's it.
Flying under the radar to finish outside
I'm
the top
telling
five.
you, man,
It's awesome.
dude. Okay, so he's been Mitch Payton's go-to every time. You got to have something in your wheel, in your closet. You know what I mean? That you can bring to the table. You ain't gonna tell me that Mitch is always gonna pick you over everybody.
He's got something.
And
He's
he
got
shows
something.
it. That's why he's in sixth. You know how many factory
Sixth
riders
is
he
pretty
put?
good.
You know how many factory riders he put on the bus there? And like, hey, buddy.
Davalos
take that
is
paycheck from
the
me.
first non-factory rider.
Correct.
He is the only non-factory rider
In the top 10.
in the top 10.
I'm telling you, man. I like
Pretty
that kind of
legit.
stuff. That's what's up, dude.
That's pretty legit coming from
I
Martin
mean,
Davalos.
He's riding a bike shop bike.
Yeah, he didn't get that one coming across the factory floor. He got that one across. It came across
They went
Harding's
there
showroom
like,
doors.
I drove the box man I drove to work today. That's what they went there in, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Yeah. It's like I like that.
Baggett, solid finish in 7th. Barsha, a little bit disappointing with an 8th place finish. Brayton,
Brayton,
he was
he's my guy.
Justin
He's
Brayton,
old.
9th place.
my
He
buddy.
is old. He
Yeah,
is
right.
last year's Daytona winner.
Yeah.
So a little bit disappointing to see him deeper in the field
Like,
with
is that
such
his
a.
only win?
I think it's one of his only Supercross.
Yeah.
He won that, and that was it. That's
Yeah,
his
pretty
only win,
sure.
and they made a big hype about it. He did great, but
You
hey,
can
good.
sign off with that one.
But it was also Daytona too, so it's
Well,
even
because
sicker.
Daytona is just a different breed.
It's a
You
different
race
breed,
it, you know what I
yeah.
mean? And Ricky sets it up to get just gnarly. And
I'm only saying disappointing result for Brayton because he finished in 3rd in his heat race.
No, I get it. Yeah.
I believe he was 3rd in his heat race.
But
so.
with it being 29 laps, I wonder how far they lapped into. Do they had to lap? They
40,
lapped in like 12.
40, we're going to say 44-second lap time, so we're going to say they lapped about to the top 10.
I
About
bet
to
they lapped
Brayton.
to 12. 11th, 12th.
12,
That's
just about that far. Yeah. And the 250 class was even crazier.
Oh,
250 class was
man.
lapped into the side in like 8th place.
Holy crap.
Yeah, it was crazy. Just running out the
It
top
feels
10.
so mixed up, man. You just don't like if you just step onto the
You're-
scene and you look at it like 3/4 of the way through, you're like, what's going on here? Who is where and what is what?
It's like we're racing for almost a top 5 position, and here comes the leader passing us, lapping us. That's
Right.
going to be a
That's-
crazy sensation.
Because you think probably from like that 8th to 17th place, them guys are still racing hard.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I don't want to
Sixth.
check up. I don't care what that blue flag says.
Fifth
Dude's
to-
right there,
fifth,
you know?
5th to 15th is battling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's
Wrapping up with this 450 class, Dean
Right.
Wilson finishing in that 10th place, and just a couple notable mentions. Malcolm Stewart in 11th, and our boy Aaron Plessinger finished in 12th. So
Good job. Yeah.
not a bad result, but not the
87.
result Plessinger was hoping for, because he did have a couple of flashes of brilliance during his heat race.
But then you have that's just he's just from Ohio though, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
It's
you know
not-
what I mean, we don't get to ride you
We're
around
not
and do all that
mad.
with our kids.
We're
you know
not
what I mean?
mad about that result.
I slid ride on my knees on a torpedo sled from Dollar General. You know what I mean? In December.
Torpedo
You know what I mean?
sled.
Cooper Webb's riding the Baker's factory. You know what I mean? Training. You know, I get it. Why you're faster there, bub.
We are just going to go straight to the 250 East main event results. And Shane McElrath was finally able to put another one together, taking that main event win, putting
Nice.
22 laps in. Wow.
We was talking about that Yamaha.
42.6 second lap. He ran a faster lap time than the fastest 450 guy did, but you gotta imagine there was 22 laps put in by 22 riders. So the track did get very beaten down in that 250 main event, but
Right.
still crazy to see a faster lap time in the main event from a 250
I'm gonna
rider
tell you
than a
what.
450 rider.
I rode a 250F last weekend at Battlesburg, a Kawasaki 250F, and I was zooming on that thing.
They're not bad bikes.
You just keep the momentum
powerful.
up, and it seems like you can kind of almost hang there with the 450. It's just if you get if you can, obviously the track didn't have no dead stop 90s. You know
Not
what I mean?
really,
If
no.
you don't have no dead stops on the 250, you can almost carry
You
your
can keep
momentum
it
everywhere.
singing. You can keep it singing. You just said
Oh, I
that.
did. Yeah, I mean, I think that's how he's got it for sale now.
Solid finish. Solid finish for Garrett Marchbanks in that 250 East main event in
That's my
third
guy,
place.
too, man. He's doing a good job.
He's a local rider, 20
Young
minutes down
kid.
the road in
Yeah.
Colville, Utah, finishing in third place behind Chase Sexton, the reigning 250 East champion. So McElrath, main event win, Sexton in second, Marchbanks in third. Jeremy Martin, he's having a difficult time when it comes to indoor racing. He's an outdoor racing.
I was gonna say, man, you get him at high point, 100 degrees, and he's ready
Put
to
him
go.
at Glen Helen, and he's
Anywhere.
gone.
Yeah,
I remember
I mean,
when
that's
he
just what I'm saying.
came from nowhere at that Glen Helen opener a couple of years ago and just dusted everybody by 20, 30 seconds in that 250 in that 250 first race.
I was at that race at High Point where his bike blew up in the whole shot corner. I was at that race. Dude, he sat there for a couple of seconds before people come past. I mean, he would wait. He was out there. I mean, and it was just like, oh no, everybody just like, oh, and it just dude.
Like a couple years ago. wasn't it?
Yeah, a couple years ago. He was still
Martin
number
was-
6 Geico Honda. I mean, yeah, it was
Yeah.
2-3 years ago. I don't know. I can't remember.
No,
They
it
all
was
run
2.
together.
It was 2.
But yeah, and he was out there. It had a little kicker there, coming back
Yeah.
on the start straight.
Yeah.
I
And
take
he
that
was
back.
sending it off that thing, dude. I was like, damn.
Marchbanks is a little bit further than 20 minutes down the road. Pierce Brown, the top 5 finisher, he was looking racy in the heat race.
Good for him.
Didn't have the start, didn't have the opening lap in that 250 main event that he was hoping for because I believe he was taken out, went down, something happened.
never fun
But Pierce Brown was still able to manage a top 5 finish, and there you go. That is where they lapped up to. They lapped up to 5th place.
He did
Damn,
pretty good
dude.
though. Pierce Brown killed it.
He's still good. Yeah,
That's a
that's
young
killer
kid.
results.
I think this is his first year.
He fought his
Yeah.
way
And-
through the pack for that top 5
Yeah.
finish.
And you
Even
gotta
Rick.
think
That's
that
a
I
killer.
know for a fact that Jalen Small got a better deal than he does.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I mean? So, that's just. I mean, hey, I'm the Moto. I'm just an announcer, man. I just say it how I see it. So, good job for those guys.
Kyle Peters, 6th place finish ahead of Jalik Swoll, which finished in the number 7 position. Enzo Lopes, excuse me.
Now I'm skiing.
Yo,
Now
no,
I'm.
this shit, my tongue twitching out my eye too.
Swopes.
Enzo Lopes.
I like when I look over here and she's just laughing at all of us.
I believe he is one of the riders that trains down there at Club, so it's great to see him finishing inside the top 10. So
No, I can't stop laughing because the way you said club, that just sounded funny too. It was a club.
well, Club MX, there's a whole bunch of riders that train down there. So Jaso in 9th place and John Short back there in 10th. So that's about all I have to
Good ride for
say.
him. John Short.
Oh yeah, that's a killer ride for him. On the CR250 Honda.
The
coming out
young
of
kid
point.
be back soon? That hurt himself that everybody likes so much?
Oh,
The new
that's
one
his
just came,
name.
Lawrence or
Yeah.
Jet?
Jet Lawrence.
Did I see him riding? Wasn't he riding? Wasn't he back riding? He's fixed
I think
up?
he's gonna hold off for the Nationals.
Okay, I got you. No, I bet that'd be probably a good idea.
I think that's his
Because,
plan.
you ain't going to be able to get back into points now anyways. You know what I mean? So you're hit on that, but
A little weird to see no fans in the stands, but great to see racing nonetheless for the Supercross. So
we're moving in the right direction, I think.
we are.
So
We're gonna be racing
hopefully.
tomorrow.
I hope so.
Isn't that wild?
It's crazy. It's like football.
Yeah, that is weird.
Football
racing
format.
tomorrow. Yeah, that's strange. I bet the pro racers are thinking that's a little bit different.
This is Monster Energy NFL Supercross.
Man. Carrie Underwood comes on and starts singing some kind of Supercross song.
there.
We got problems. You know what I mean? I'd be like, damn, it's went all the way. Cause then they'll start rigging it. You know what I mean? If Tomac just goes out there, he's like, oh no, my bike don't start on. No, the NFL's got something to do with it. You know what I mean? I'd be like, yep. Had to lead by 6 seconds. This bike just shuts off. I'll know what happened.
Well, we got a little long-winded there with the Supercross review, but
No way. That was excellent.
I'm happy to get racing back underway, and that's awesome. So a little bit longer than we wanted to spend on that topic, but we're segueing right into the Loretta Lynn's talk because there's a couple races coming up in the very near future. Like this weekend, they're racing at High Point, just over there in Mount Morris, Pennsylvania, for
Most
the
of our OMA riders that are kind of trying to take some things serious this year are headed over that way for that.
You are right. And the following weekend is going to be the Vet Regional, and like you were saying, we're going to see Lawrence racing there. Jason Lawrence going to be racing at that vet regional in the
That thing,
A
I just
class.
almost just want to go over. And
I think
watch.
he's signed up in that Open A Pro.
Pleasure
Sport class.
Valley Raceway that weekend's gonna be lit. I mean,
So-
I could go over and race, but I just don't want to waste my money. I don't want to race Bet 30 there on that weekend.
Do it. Why not?
Sure.
Tomahawk coming up at the end of the month, June 26th through 28th for the youth super regional in the Northeast region. That's where a lot of our riders from the Ohio area are going to be traveling this weekend. Will be to High Point. If they don't go there, they'll probably be going. A lot of the vet riders will probably be going south down to Aona Pass for the vet regional down there. For the vet regional this weekend, coming up June 5th through the 7th. That is in Washington, Georgia. So.
Right on.
That's really the only local races coming up this coming weekend, and in the next couple of weeks, we're looking at Baja for the youth regional on June 12th through the 14th. That's up there in Milligan, Michigan. So that race coming up, that's going to be an awesome one.
It should be.
If the COVID protocols get lifted for Michigan, because I believe they're one of the tighter states across
I don't think
across
it's
the
been lifted
country.
yet, so I don't know what they got going on up there.
And I
And
know,
hopefully it happens like you said before, the 12th or 14th, because I'm pretty sure they're still under a
I know
no
that,
more than 10 person per thing, majig.
I'm pretty sure that's what happened to the Lucas Oil Motocross race coming up at Redbud that's scheduled for July 4th. Is since Michigan couldn't pass COVID-19 protocols in time, they had to cancel and reschedule the Redbud National. It is
Oh wow, it's
Did
on
it-
July 4th now.
It is not on the July
No.
4th weekend.
I don't think they did. They, I can't remember what I read, but did they take that out and they put Loretta Lynn's in?
You are correct. They are now racing
Right.
at Loretta Lynn's.
Instead
on
of-
July 4th.
No,
I'm not sure,
so it's
not the same date.
Mid-August or something.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've heard about that
Or, yeah,
national hype. I
deleted.
seen Tony post a little something, or a few guys on Facebook
Don't
post
hold me
about
to it.
That there's gonna be a national.
I believe it's going to be the Florida National opening things up this year. The one down there at
WW.
WW. I think, but don't hold me to that. I don't have the
Or
schedule
they
in
don't
front of
even
me.
have one.
I didn't even bring the schedule up.
They
because
started
it's,
having
it's,
one.
it's so
They
far.
had
They had one, but like
It's so far
everything's
down the pike
changed
right now.
Like they have no idea where
It's,
they're going racing.
it's not
I
even
don't.
worth
I don't think
talking
they
about.
do. No, they don't.
They have
They're just
no
picking
idea.
places.
It's
I
not
mean,
even
they
worth
are.
what
They're
we're
just.
talking
They're
about.
just
They're just
So-
putting stuff out there to keep people happy.
Really, they are. They're trying to just get well because it's chaos.
I mean,
It's
you don't-
chaos.
They're just feeding
There's
the
no
itch
way.
right now. They're just
Yeah.
feeding the itch with news.
Well,
So,
because look at what happened. I mean, they had that race at Lincoln Trail, and it had like over 1,500 entries. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Things
It's
crazy.
good though. It's good for
yeah.
local
I mean,
tracks.
yeah. I mean, but you know that race promoter was sitting there like, oh my god, here we go. You know, like going to bed. But yeah, good stuff.
yeah.
We're going racing this weekend.
Yes, we are. That's what I'm segueing in right now.
Route 62 Saturday.
Yes, we are racing at Route 62 this coming Saturday. That is going to be the Ohio Motocross Association's outdoor opener. You are correct. That is awesome. We're going to be racing down there at Jimmy's Place in Martinsburg, Ohio. If you guys have not checked that place out, he has a ton
I
of
have
lights
not.
set up.
I'm gonna try it out.
You're coming down this Saturday, man.
Yeah, I'll be there, but I ain't never been there yet. I never rode the track.
You're hopping in.
practice.
You're hopping in the old Bluebird and taking the trip down there and getting some points.
Yeah, well, I'll follow you. I'm taking my truck. But no, yeah, we're definitely Ashley, little mama, me. I don't know if Cam's going or not yet, but we'll
Keep everybody safe. That's
we'll
what it's
run.
all about.
Probably not take Cam because it makes me nervous. I mean, because then you know, I mean, I don't want him to be ever to have anything happen to him, and I've never been there, so and it's gonna be packed.
It's flat. It's
Well, it's
flat.
gonna be packed.
It's gonna be
I know
packed.
too. It's gonna be a big race. You know what I mean? It's gonna be a lot. And Jimmy's gonna have his hands full, but I know he's gonna be able to handle it. You know, and then Western Reserve's gonna be the same way on Sunday.
We're gonna
promise you that.
We're gonna pump the motos through on Saturday so people can get up there to
Because you've
say.
got the announcer's horn, right?
I'll be down there on Saturday. I'll be
Yeah.
behind the horn.
Oh yeah, the old chomp chomp, right on.
I'll be up there on the box, talking
Oh my
to you
God.
guys, talking about you guys, having some
I'm
fun.
in that riders meeting, but I don't even know if I can remember what to do.
It's been
What
so
are we doing,
long.
yellow? Gas it? Give her just juice it
Always.
past the guy?
What's your nickname? Grip it, rip it.
Grip it!
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's it.
that's what you do.
That's what you do.
So, awesome. Racing at Route 62 for the OMA season opener this coming Saturday. Racing this coming Sunday at Western Reserve up there in Salem, Ohio. So we're kind of making a half a trip across Ohio from Martinsburg, more central Ohio, up there to Salem in northeastern Ohio for the Sunday season opener for the Ohio Motocross Association. So, sweet.
Pumped to hit Western Reserve too, because I'm pretty sure Chase Catneys just spruced that all up last
I'm
season.
pretty sure.
Yeah, like in the fall.
Second it. Yep, see, they told me. That's what I'm talking about,
Oh,
man. It's
like
gonna be
in
nice.
When did they do that? In the fall or was
I think it was in the fall. It was
beginning
in the
of
summer.
year?
It was in the fall.
It
Did
was
they have an
last
event
year.
out there like beginning of the year, like before COVID?
This year?
Yeah, or no? Like a ride day or something?
They had
I
a
thought
ride
they
day.
have a race. When was their last race?
They had a
They
hair
had-
scramble.
They had a hair scramble.
scramble.
Yeah, they were gonna have
in the
a
mud. That's
flat
what they
track.
had,
They
yep.
had a flat track race planned because Meister's.
But then it was all wet. Yeah.
Yep,
And
Meister's
I even
daughter-
commented on that because people got all mad, but it was like a Nemo pond in turn 2. You know, I was like, well, that ain't gonna work.
What are you doing, Reba?
You could have fished in that thing. You know?
Our puppy's joining us here in the studio, so
Hound dogs.
yeah, we were hoping to see Western Reserve race the flat track race a couple of weeks ago because Jared Meister's daughter is out there on the Ohio MX Pit Bike Riders YCF E50 bike, electric 50cc.
Right. Yeah, she was gonna rip it, man.
Yeah,
was
she's
really
looking
cool.
good. So,
But
stoked
like
to
I said, I seen the pond in turn. Dude. It was clear. It was all the way out, halfway out into the track. So you gotta let that dry back and then let it harden a little bit before you can even start working it. But yeah, it was just.
It'd been crazy. It'd have been crazy.
It would have been.
So, awesome OMA racing this weekend. Also racing this weekend here in Ohio, the Buckeye Series MX, COCR, having practice on Saturday and then racing on Sunday for the Buckeye
That should be
Series
good too,
opener.
man. If you're down that way, don't be afraid to hit that up. That's gonna be some solid racing.
That's down there in southwestern
I'll whip you
Ohio.
into shape. That'd be some good
Let me
racing,
get you
man.
a location on COCR. That is
Still
located
Woods race Sunday?
in
Yeah.
Sugar Grove,
Yeah, it's a
Ohio.
motocross race on Sunday.
Sugar Grove, Ohio is the
Sugar Grove,
location
Ohio.
for the Buckeye
rough and
Series
rowdy.
season opener.
It'll get rough and rutted up and the way it's supposed to be. For
It
sure.
is. I have not checked the weather for this race this weekend, but
I mean, it's like this past weekend, dude.
Mint.
This past weekend was mint. Sunday was perfect, dude.
it was great this past weekend.
Oh wow, it was
Yeah,
like
it's
not
gonna
even. It wasn't even too hot. It was perfect. What do we got?
84 Saturday and 76 on Sunday.
We're in
No
it.
rain.
No.
No rain in the
Listen,
forecast.
We're going racing.
Weather is looking good for racing this weekend, but that is Ohio weather. It could change in 10 minutes. Check your radar. So, I'm stoked. Stoked things are finally turning a new leaf here in Ohio.
Yeah, no, me
Nonetheless.
too. Except for the protesting. You know what I mean? Then that throws the stuff, you know what I mean, right back into the drain. So
Let's
if you
just
guys
not
are out there, let's just
go
not do
there.
that.
Let's not talk about that. Let's not go there because
Well, that's gonna mess my race up too. So then if it does, then I'm gonna have to talk about it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to be scolding some people. You know what I mean? No, I'm serious, man. It's sketchy. I mean, they're real close to my shop. That's what I say. It goes close to the grounds, guys. We didn't think we have any windshields left. We come back to work the one day, but thank goodness. You know what I mean? Because that's like my livelihood. Won't be going racing very well if I don't go get my paycheck. So
you gotta get paid to go race.
yeah, that's it is. So
Racing ain't free.
right, that's so it was just. I just hope that everybody just stays,
Our hobby is not cheap,
keeps their focus. You know what I mean? Like try
but
to
it is
stay.
not car racing.
Keep your head on your shoulders in these times, man. It's a little.
At least you have a car for a few years, you know what I mean? I think.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, my dirt bike's a lot of money though sometimes too.
How's the bike running, by the way?
Bike's running.
AUI
It's
Performance
stupid.
put the time and effort
They
into
did
the
real
old,
good. She
into old
did it.
Bessie, and she's
Yeah.
running pretty good.
She did a great job. You know what I mean? The clutches feel real good. The motor's good. And still gonna get down there once I get the pipe. I got a pipe on the way. We're gonna do a little mapping and stuff and see how it works. But for right now, dude,
A little pushing some buttons and some
yeah,
tunes.
first kick fires right up. And
There
then
you
like I went last night, dropped the forks off to Bob. Old Pro Action, Mr. Bob Harrington.
There
You know
you
what I mean?
go.
Doing it together, and
Pro Action Northern Ohio.
he put me right together. They're already done, so we get to pick those up tomorrow.
Right
I
on.
might be able to make Malvern's practice tomorrow night.
Right
I
on.
was thinking about going out there.
See, I'm just going out there because I miss Malvern. I like Malvern. If it's gonna be
Think
nice
about
weather, yeah, go out and ride around a little bit. I might go down. I'll probably be there like 5:36 or something.
We'll talk about some more of that stuff in just a little bit. We'll wrap up the show with some practices coming up
practice
in
tracks.
some very near future. But this week's show brought to you by the folks at the Ohio MX Pit Bike Riders, the OMPR Facebook group, trying to get that 10,000 member mark by July 4th to give away one of those brand new Pitster Pro FSE 110Rs. Got the dogs in the studio
That's
with
what I
some
was like,
speaker
whoa.
toys. But yeah, the OMPR Facebook group is trying to raise 10,000 members. So if you guys are not a member of the OMPR Facebook group, go on there, try to join. He's going to be giving away a brand new Pitster Pro 110. I got one out in the garage to show you what they're like. They are awesome little pit bikes. Spin some laps. If we get 10,000 members, he's going to give away one of those things to one of the lucky members. So
All right.
That's cool.
that's
Dude,
the
it's a
goal.
fun little bike to ride too. You got one in the garage. It's a
I'm
beast.
gonna have to test it out.
I shredded, dude. It's bigger than I think.
Just check the ruts out in the yard and
See
That's
that when I
cement.
came in.
Yeah, that's cement, dude.
See?
It rips, man. I got third-year wheelies down.
You got 2 lines out there.
yeah, I got
Yeah,
choices
dude,
now.
It is. It's nice.
I got choices. This week's show also brought to you by the folks at Reed's Auto Detailing for hooking us up with some great looking vehicles to go to the races on the weekend. So thank you, Reed, for helping us out with the next few weeks' shows and the foreseeable future. Also, Smooth Speed MX, Corey Schaefer Knocker, wheel builder extraordinaire, lacing up
beast.
wheels, truing wheels, If you guys need a set of rims, need a new set of sneakers put on your rims, need anything, go see Corey Schaefer-Knocker, Smooth Speed MX. See the link in the description below. Pro Action Northern Ohio, Bob Harrington helping us out, rebuilding some forks, rebuilding some shocks, he can rebuild
your
forks.
clicker set at the racetrack,
Yep.
anything. If
Set
he's
that,
there,
he
he
can do
will
it.
help you.
So, huge
or he's a
shout
phone
out.
call away. I'm always on the phone with him on the track. I'm like, Bob, this is happening. He's like, do this. I'm like, perfect. Yeah, it works good.
Huge shout out, Bob and Patty Harrington, Pro
Thank you,
Action
Bob.
Northern Ohio. Also, huge shout out the folks down there at Action Extreme Sports in New Philadelphia, your KTM and Kimco dealer, and also your OEM parts distributor for anything. They can get anything. They can get Yamaha, Kawasaki, Honda, Suzuki, Husqvarna, KTM parts. They're a KTM dealer. They can get KTM parts down there. So
Grom.
they can get Grom parts. We've been through that.
I just had to throw it out there. I was like,
I've got Grom parts.
Grom.
We can get street bike parts. We don't work on street bikes down there at AES, but if you guys need anything to get your bikes back out there on the tracker trail, come down to AES, just off the 77 250 split in New Philadelphia. Also, Flow Vision Company helping us look cool, stay cool, looking cool at the racetracks. Redefine your vision, create your own flow instead of Flow Vision goggles or sunglasses.
That's his best one. He's been doing that one for a while. So that redefine, I don't know. He just sounds like Bob Barker. I mean, he's selling something. You know what I mean?
Tardesign.
Get it up there, Bob.
We're getting some sticker kits coming for Bessie and my two race bikes out there in the garage. Getting some team graphics for the MotOHIO show. Thank you, Ben Smith and the folks from Tardesigns, helping wrap our bikes up. He can do just about anything when it comes to stickers, banners. If you need something made up, get a hold of Ben Smith, Tardesigns. Also, Rob Baumgart, Defiance Lifestyles, keeping us looking cool.
T-shirts and your hoodies
Yes,
right
he
here.
can get you guys hooked up with some awesome looking pit shirts, some custom pit shirts. We were talking
Good
about
idea.
some custom.
Yeah, we need to get a couple actions.
Some Pro Action AES and some custom stuff on here. So
Yeah,
if you need some awesome looking pit shirts, to get a hold of Rob Baumgart and the folks from Defiance Lifestyles. Hey Mario, lean out. Everett328 is your discount code to save 25% off your purchase at Defiance Lifestyles. Just use that discount code at checkout to save 25% off your Defiance Lifestyles order. So, got
Right into it.
sponsors.
Right into it.
Right where we got to be. Mario Testa Part 1. We're going to break this into 2 parts because we've got way too much to talk about. So, there's too much to squeeze in. There's a lot of build up. And that's where we're going to end it today.
It's almost like a table talk. I mean, we rode that muff. You know what I mean? We like her up, but now we're going to step up.
We're
going to step
all the way
up.
back up.
We're on the way back
All the way
up.
back up.
I like it, man. I'm excited.
But let's just rewind all the way back to the beginning, man. Let's just rewind all the way back to the early days. Where are you originally from, Lodi?
Yeah, I'm from Sharon Center, so like that's Medina, yeah. So out that way, yeah.
So that's where you're originally from. That's where you currently live.
No, I live in Canal Fulton right now.
Okay. But I remember you were always seeing on the sign-up sheets Lodi is where you're from.
Yeah.
You're close to me.
So my parents still live out there and stuff like that, yeah.
So where did you grow up spinning some laps? Like Apple Cabin and places like that?
Yeah, pretty much. Like I never really like got into riding like super heavy or anything like or serious when I was on little bikes. And then I think 2009, I think I was 15, and I went to a couple of Gary Semick schools.
Okay.
And
it's like
we were going all summer, and then I was like, man, I'm into this, you know. And like I progressed pretty good. 26.
You're 26. Okay.
It's like 10 years ago.
Okay, so you just really started to buckle down about
when I was 16.
Okay.
Is when I like pretty much started like I was 16 and I went to Loretta's that year in C class.
That's pretty impressive.
125C?
No, it was 250.
250C?
Yeah.
So when did you really?
Oh yeah, I guess I get it. 10 years. 250F then.
When did you get your first bike? We'll start there.
Still, that's fast class.
4.
You're 4?
Like a Honda Mini Trail 50 with like the AP.
The Monkey 50.
Monkey handlebars, yeah.
And that was just a trail bike, just a play bike for a while.
Well, my mom's brother, he has always rode and stuff, and
so we gotta get the backstory. We have to find how you got into riding. That's where
it was my uncle.
So your uncle's the one to blame.
Yeah, my uncle and grandpa actually.
Okay, so it wasn't your mom or dad or anything like that. It was
No.
your mom's brother then.
Yeah.
Okay, and he was the one that got you that bike, or
I don't
just
really
the one that took you
remember.
riding?
Yeah, I mean probably.
Okay.
I would say so. I don't remember.
It's way back then.
Yeah.
Where do we segue off of that Monkey 50?
Onto I think I had a. I think they got me like, and I don't know why, but between like it was like a 1978 like YZ80 with the dual shocks in the back and everything or something like that. Like I had one of those, but I don't know, it never like ran right or I don't know. But then I had a KX60.
Okay.
99 KX60, and then
and we took off on that.
Well, you got right.
I mean, but you. That was
I raced like once a year at Smith Road.
I get it, but there was a better bike than the DualShock YZ.
Oh yeah, for sure. Which I didn't really ride, so like, I don't even know. And there for a little bit, like during that time, like, I don't know. My dad got like this moped from his friend at work, and like I used to rip that. I remember ripping that thing all summer.
That's
this moped, it was sick.
Moped summer.
Yeah, so you got So when would you say you actually got your skills on two wheels?
When I was 16.
When you're 16, so you were just riding around on a moped.
Yeah,
just
go to Apple Cabin here and there, and just
spinning some laps to have some fun, just for the fun enjoyment
I
of
had
the.
no idea what Loretta Lynn's was. I had no idea what anything was.
Just riding for the pure enjoyment of it. Yeah, awesome.
And then I went to some of Gary's schools, and
from the KX60, did you get an 85?
Yeah, I had a 99 YZ80.
Okay. So that was the bike that you had up to
an 04 YZ250F.
Okay.
And then that's when it starts getting exciting.
Yeah,
now we're getting ripping.
Now we're getting there. 04 YZ250F.
Yeah, right.
So that was still the steel frame version.
Correct.
That's back in the Stone Age.
Have oil in the frame?
Had the oil in the frame.
Yep.
Nice. Okay. Yep. That's what I was wondering.
I think I had an 04 450. Well,
I liked it.
It was a 4-stroke.
Yeah. and then so from there went to about that time was when I started training with Gary.
Okay, on the 250F.
Yeah, on the 250F. And then like he's like, well, we go to Florida for the winter to ride. Like, you know, you can come down like a week a month or something. So like the school was like, so I was in the middle of 10th grade, and they were like,
where was like, no way. School?
Gary lives in Lisbon.
Okay, so he wasn't that far away.
No, and my sister lives like 20 minutes away from him. So like I would drive from Lodi to there. It's an hour and 40 minutes or so.
So how was it like Nap?
Huh? Yeah, Naps. Gary's is like
right over the
hill, pretty much.
That's what I thought. Yeah, okay. Because like you can hear different. You know what I mean? Like because I've known.
You're wicked close.
Yeah. Okay.
So you went to Semix for weekends?
No, I just did his schools. He used to do like schools back then on the weekends.
Okay.
And then
yeah, there'd be like a certain time you had to be there. I mean, you go there, you pay your money, you know what I mean, right? And then you just be there all day.
Yeah,
that's how it went.
2-day thing, and you just break down corners.
It was a good time. Yeah, I remember the Gary Semix, and then David Bailey had the same things back in the day, like that.
Yeah, Gary Bailey. Yeah. David did a little bit, but Gary Bailey does a lot.
That's what
did
it was.
a lot of them too.
That's what I thought.
That's awesome.
I've worked with him too as well.
So that's whenever you.
That's why you're such a beast.
Like learned about what Loretta's was whenever you started to get riding with him.
Yeah, and then like I said. So I wanted to go to Florida for like a week at a time, a month, but the school wouldn't let me do it. So here we are. I got homeschooled from middle of 10th grade on until I graduated. But,
oh wow, so did I.
Yeah,
I did the same thing. I quit going to school.
But I loved it. You know, did my schoolwork, did perfect, and
just traveled and rode.
Yeah, just traveled, raced, and rode, and worked, and
you lived the dream. You want to say?
Oh yeah, I've lived the dream 10 times over. I've done a lot of cool stuff. I've met a lot of nice people. Some of my best friends are in New England, and like
it's awesome.
Know people overseas. Like I know people everywhere. Like it's cool, you know.
That is neat. Racing does that to you though. It's such a good vibe because it'll carry you a long way.
Right.
But especially if you catch a little fire with a talent. You know what I mean? Because it was just in you. You know what I mean? Like those schools helped you out, but there was something inside there that knew how to ride a dirt bike.
Yeah. Same
with myself. I did the same thing. We bought a KX80 when I was 14.
Yeah.
I was 15. I won every race, and 16 I went to Loretta Lynn's.
We're gonna pick up in just a second with where you started to get really good when training with him and your C-Class Loretta's debut. We're going to get to that in just a second. We're going to recap with a couple of comments here real quick. Chad Bilton joining us from the start of the show. What's up, man? Glad you're here. Stephen Long racing this weekend at Route 62. Hoping to see you down there. Jackson Long on that number 22 machine. Mario is Carrie Wynn's best fan. Jordan Beeling wants your autograph, by the way.
He likes to beef raviolis over a campfire, bud?
That was a long time ago. We didn't even have anything to cook. That was a good time.
Just cook them in the can?
I haven't talked to him in a long time.
In the can? They just stayed in the can?
Yeah, we just cooked them in the can over the fire.
As long as you pop the top,
it was at High Point. It was at High Point.
I had a buddy forget one time he left the top on.
Yeah,
I think it was a bomb.
Yeah, that'll do it.
That's hilarious, dude.
So you're 16 years old, started to catch fire. And where did you qualify? We'll say let's start with that. Let's start with that build up at Loretta's.
So I didn't even know it was like a thing. You go to multiple regionals and multiple areas and stuff. So I went to, I don't know where my area qualifier was. I have no idea. Cannot remember.
No, I get it.
But
Tell me where the regional was.
The regional was at Unadilla on the pro track.
Okay,
It was the
so
first
you
year
either
that the
been
amateurs were on the pro track.
That's awesome.
Unadilla, that's...
In New York.
Yeah, so that you'd probably been over like Pleasure Valley or maybe a high or somebody over here.
No, it was definitely
Like
somewhere
for a
local.
qualifier.
Like,
Was it
I
a
forget
local?
what did them back then. I can't remember which tracks had the
So I mean,
qualifier.
Scenic Islands is where I qualified.
No,
They sent me to
Scenic
Red Bull.
Islands closed.
Yeah, but that's I mean back in the
You're
day in
looking 10 years
02.
ago? 10 years
Yeah.
ago would be 2019, 2020,
I don't know, you
or
can look it
2010. So 2010, you're looking at like Malvern would have had a qualifier back then.
No, I think it was before even Malvern had them.
Okay.
I mean like dirt worlds and stuff like that.
Crow Canyon.
Crow
Crow Canyon.
Canyon. That's where I think it might have been.
I flagged and announced quite a few qualifiers at Crow Canyon.
I don't know.
I bet.
It
Yeah,
might
'cause
have
they
been
had the
Crow
parking
Canyon.
enough at least. At least they had the parking. to
Crow
accommodate.
had like 5 consecutive qualifiers.
And it was like right off the highway, so that's probably why they would do it at Crow because the track.
I can't remember. But anyways,
That's awesome though. Yeah.
so then we go up to Unadilla. It's me and my dad in the truck and the little bike trailer, and I think I got like 3rd or 4th overall. I won one moto and I won one moto, and then
Damn, that's
the other
good,
one I
man.
was
That's-
leading.
if you're
The other
winning a
one I
moto
was
with the
leading, and I
regionals,
got like
you're good.
scared. I didn't get scared, but I got like nervous. You know what I mean? I had stage fright. I'm like, what the hell am I doing up here? You know? So I think I fell over in the corner, and ended up like 2nd in that one or something. But no, I qualified for stock and mod that weekend, and
That's
went to Loretta's.
super impressive. A guy from the middle of Ohio going up there on a little motorcycle trailer,
yeah, it was-
getting behind Dad's truck.
Oh, and
going
I'm
up there
telling
to
you right
race on
now,
the weekend.
don't take the C class for granted at that regional because they're all moving.
yeah, no, it was.
They're all moving.
It
You know,
was
because the Loretta's C class is something like
You could
local
say-
A riders.
Yeah.
You could say
Like,
the-
they go fast.
The
out there.
regional C class is nearly as fast as the
Yeah.
area's B class. And
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Real
that whole thing needs to be reconfigured, but that's for another time.
Yeah. So you ended up making it through the qualifier process, made it through the regional
Yeah.
process back there in 2010.
Go
Okay.
to Loretta's. Had some bike issues.
What bike were you on then?
I had an 09 YZ250F, which still to this day is probably one of my favorite bikes I've ever rode.
Okay.
If like you could take that frame and just put the new Yamaha engine in it, it would be mint.
With the suspension it's on it?
Yeah, like that bike was awesome.
So-
but I don't know, and I had a 2010 YZ250F, which I hated.
Yep.
How crazy that 1 year difference.
They
you know
changed
what I
Oh, they
mean?
the
changed the
geometry.
whole thing.
The
The
whole
whole,
thing was
whole
different.
bike. That was the worst bike Yamaha ever made.
I was never a fan of the
I love
2010 through
Yamahas.
2010 through 2012 were the worst
Yeah,
250F
13s were
years.
still bad because they didn't change till 14. Is when
You're
they
right.
made the
You're right.
change.
10 through
Yeah.
13. 14 was the new year. I had the second year new 15 250F, and I ended up selling that.
So go down there. We're at Loretta's. I don't know. The mod class just had bike problems and all this other stuff, and I'm like,
Just take
but-
one bike down.
No, I had both of them.
Okay.
I had both of them. But the stock bike, I think I got 11th overall in that one, and I
So
went.
nothing to
And
sneeze
then
at.
this one moto, I don't know if it was the last moto or the second to last. I think it was the last moto in that class. I was running up front, and my dad on the pit board's like, you're in 6th, just stay where you're at. And I was like, okay, well, this dude's like right in front of me, and if I had known what I know now, and I'm sure if he knew what he knew now, there was this TV screen right above his head that had us placed everywhere, you know what I mean? Like,
could've
TVs
just
all over the
looked.
place.
Yeah.
Here I was in 4th, and that was 3rd.
Oh,
Yeah. My
At
mom was
Loretta's.
cussing my dad out.
that would have been a podium.
Yeah, it would have been cool, but whatever.
Whatever. Dad, what the?
Hey,
It happens.
hey, it's part of it.
Yeah. But it's still a great position to be running in top
Yeah,
5.
no,
so
like,
no
I was
big problem
extremely
for the
happy
Reds.
with
yeah,
it.
Absolutely. Because I got 16. I got a 9th down there. My
First
first moto.
attempt.
Yeah,
Super
sick.
happy.
First attempt at trying to go to the ranch was a successful venture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
So that's killer.
Yeah, it was
a
fun.
lot of kids hope to make it to the regional process, make it through the regional process into the ranch on
Just
their
get the tickets.
on their second,
Sweet.
on their
Yeah.
third, fourth, fifth try. You did it. Boom, right out of the gate.
They didn't even give tickets.
No, you just got the papers.
Yeah,
I just had a
that's it.
yellow paper that I signed up on. You sent that in. And
I
that was
don't
that.
ever think I got a ticket.
No, I never was cool
I don't
enough.
think
I
the
had the
ticket
bib.
came.
I got my bib still. I was number 24.
I
down
had
there.
all that, but
But I don't have. Yeah, I never had.
I don't think the ticket thing came until
Did you still have it? Or did
a
you
couple
go?
years ago.
No, it was in the camper. I have a couple of them. I think I have one at home. I can't remember. I have to look.
We'll talk about that.
I know.
I don't want to drag that out, but there's some negative talk coming up on next week's show. This is gonna be the first two-parter that we've had. We've never had a two-part episode special guest, so this is gonna be unique.
I like
it.
it.
We've only got about
Schmabbits.
10 more minutes left in this week's show before the wrap-up segment.
The Joe Dirt saga.
Guys, don't worry. We're back in here in the morning with coffee and donuts. You know what I mean? We'll get this catbird back in the hot seat, no problem.
It's like Joe Dirt all over again.
That's how I did it. Oh, don't get me going.
All right. So 2010 Loretta's Adventure was a success. Did you do anything notable back in the 2010 year in addition to Loretta's? Like
Yeah, 2010. I went
Minios
to Minios that year. I got a second, my first moto, and I had a flat front tire. I remember that. Second moto, I think I crashed on the start or something, and I ended up 6th overall there, which kind of sucked because like at Loretta's they give top 10 trophies and awards, and then Minios they give top 5.
Oh,
So,
you
like,
missed one. Yeah, you've been
That's
one and two.
That's how it always has been my whole career. I'm just like
Facts.
that one spot.
You're
And I'm like,
the bridesmaid for everything.
yeah, I'm like,
Well, right, because I went 9 and then I went 12 at Loretta, so I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be in there. I can almost get it, and I went
11.
28.
yeah, 20.
That's
that third moto's a kicker,
16th
man.
overall. I was 16th overall when I finished down there. I was like, whoa.
That third moto will mess you up.
It will. Olympic scoring.
2010 is still not a bad year.
No,
for Mario.
It wasn't bad at all. No,
Yeah,
it was
that
great.
sounds-
What did you do in the winter then? Did you end up going back south then?
Yeah.
The following winter to
Yeah.
continue your training then?
Yeah, went back down south in 2011.
Yep.
Let's see, 2011. Yep, and I was trained all winter. Came out in the spring. Bikes blew up, so I was unable to go.
Still on the Yamahas.
Yeah,
The same ones as the
Yes.
previous year?
Yeah, same
B
ones.
class? Or A?
B class.
B class.
Yeah, B class. And then the bikes blew up, so I was I think that was the year they blew up. Yeah, it had to have been. And then, so I wasn't able to go because I couldn't afford to do,
Right,
fix the
'cause
bikes and go racing.
That was back in like
You
the
know what I
middle days of four
Yeah,
strokes
like-
where it still cost $3
and, like-
grand to rebuild your four
yeah,
stroke.
and I'm like busting ass across the street at the farmers, the horse farm. And it just didn't work out. So then the next year, I get them running. I think I went to Ponca that year. Me and my dad drove out to Ponca.
Okay.
And
Pretty easy qualifying
that was
process
cool.
for that
Yeah,
race.
like that was fun. And then I don't even think I qualified back then. Like,
Really?
yeah, just made a phone call and it was
Years
handled.
in.
Yeah, because like that was like how it worked back then. Like you didn't even have to qualify. Like you just
I
had to
remember,
call
like,
the right person. And you're fine.
Malvern had qualifiers for Ponca
Yeah.
City way back in the day.
Yeah, but that was a good race. That was when it was at I think it was a fairgrounds maybe, or wherever it was. It was kind of like in the city, kind of
Oh,
like
cool.
almost like a Southwick.
That sounds fun.
But yeah,
Yeah.
it was a cool track. I was running 6th or 7th in my heat race, and I fell and broke my shoulder blade.
Just fell or you crashed?
No, I like fell over in the turn. I think a rock hit it or something. I like landed on a rock and I broke it. And I tried to race the next moto because like they thought like I just like I don't know did something weird. They couldn't because you can't really see a break
Right.
with your scapula because it's like
It's a goofy bone. It's a big
it's
flat
weird.
plate.
But that didn't work out. I said no.
So it
I
totally
tried.
fell.
I did the start and I thought my arm was gonna fall off. It felt like Jello.
I think
And
my
I was
leg's
like,
gonna fall off is the way it feels right now. So
Well, see, like when you're on the
Like,
gate,
yeah.
like the adrenaline's still pumping.
Yeah,
I mean, you're like,
and then
okay,
it
this all
drops
feels
and
like,
you're like,
and then boom,
oh.
oh, like, oh, wait a minute. Oh,
yeah,
it's-
like I was good for the first half of the lap, and then like I couldn't even like barely get off the track without crashing. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh,
it's bad.
yeah,
Get it. So 2011 was
yeah.
throwing the towel. And healing up through the wintertime, did a little bit of riding, not so much riding.
2011.
2011 winter into 2012
Yeah, oh yeah,
wintertime.
2011. Yeah, I trained all winter, and then even into 2012, I trained all winter.
Did you do any indoor races back then?
No, not at all.
You're mainly just an outdoor
Yeah,
guy.
just outdoor,
That's
And then
same here.
so in 2012, I did a winter am at Gatorback.
Okay.
And like I came, the track used to be different. It used to do jump called the dinner table, and then it kind of went slight right, and then there was uphill triple. But when I went up the triple, some kid cross jumped into me, and I jumped off my bike, but I landed on both my legs, perfect, and just rolled. But my knee popped, and I was like, whatever. So I took a couple days off, and
yeah, I've been there too. Knee kind of popped. He dislocated his knee. You know what I mean? It went back in though when he got back.
I don't know what happened.
It does
so, anyways,
that,
before, it was fine. So then, that was in January. So then, flash forward to Easter Sunday, and I'm playing basketball with my nephews, and I literally just did a jump shot. Normal, nothing crazy. And the thing just completely, it felt like 1,000 rubber bands snapping in my knee. And I'm down in the fetal position, I'm like, oh, this really hurts. My whole family, if you knew me, you'd understand. They're all laughing at me, calling me, different names. And I'm like, no, I really messed it up. And they're like, oh, you'll be fine. And I'm like, okay. So then the next day, I go and ride at Gary's, because I was at my sister's house, so I go ride. It was a little big, but whatever. I go ride at Gary's. And I'm like, Gary's like, what's wrong, dude? You're a little off today. And I'm like, I said, dude, my knee kind of hurts. He's like, well, I'll take the rest of the day off. Go. And I told him, he's like, go get it checked out. So I go get it checked out. They're like, oh, your whole knee's blown out. Your ACL, your MCL, your LCL, and your meniscus is torn.
You're just toast.
Yeah. I'm
that's
I didn't believe
that's a category for your MR to come back all black. Everything's just black. It's supposed to be white. Yeah.
But I didn't believe him honestly because and I went to this really, really good doctor.
Because you walked in there.
At UPMC. Yeah. It's weird. I ran 10 miles a day before my surgery. I'm because your other muscles just get so strong it takes over your knee. I don't know. But he was wicked good, and then that was 9 months off. So now we go back to the next year, 2013.
Yep.
And in 13, what happened?
Still on the blue bikes?
Nope, I got Kawasaki's. Gary got me on Kawasaki's.
Okay, because he's been a Cowie guy.
Yeah, when he got on Cowie's, that's when pretty much I got on Cowie's. He's like, you need a Kawasaki or whatever. Okay, so got on those.
250s or 450s?
250s.
Okay.
No, yeah, 13 I had a 250 and then I bought a 450.
Okay.
13 I go to Daytona. I trained all winter.
Okay.
Down in Florida, getting back going, because 9 months off the bike.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of rough.
And plus, squeezing the bike now and stuff.
You still have it.
I've had knee surgery. It sucks.
You still have it, but you got to get back into the swing.
Yeah, for sure. 13 was good. Go to Daytona. I think I got 10th in B class. Daytona was pretty gnarly back then. It's gnarly
Amateur
now.
Supercross?
Yeah. It was pretty gnarly now, but everybody was there. You don't get everybody. It was almost like a Minios back then, or
I get it.
You know what I mean? Nobody even this past year. There was only a few wicked.
The select.
The select. There was only everybody was there. That's
back in the day was all the elite.
Yeah, so it was pretty fun. So I was really happy with that. And then
I was gonna say 8th. 10. At Daytona.
10.
Okay.
10. Yeah, 10th overall, I think. 10th. Yeah, 10th or 9th. I don't know. One of the two. Whatever.
That's still a killer result.
Yeah, I was really happy with that. Go to Baja for my regional.
Okay.
I qualified there in 250B stock.
B class.
Yeah, 250B stock, qualified there. Right out of that was the first one.
Right out of the rip.
Yeah, that was gnarly too.
I'll bet. I've never been to Baja, but
Baja's gnarly, man.
Right, it was.
And hopefully you don't steer with your front tire.
What I tell people is, I'm like, you take a track. Or at least I haven't been there in years, but when the regional was there, I was like, dude, the track you build in a sandbox as a kid. That's pretty much what it is.
I rode there 2010
so
or 2012.
It's,
it's crazy. Daniel Hairline was there for Pro-Am at the Baja Brawl on a 252 stroke on a YZ250 just shredding. It was awesome. Just wide open everywhere. Everybody else was on 4 strokes, and here comes Daniel Hairline around the bull sand turns. It was awesome.
I know. Oh, that sounds.
But Baja's a gnarly track. And how did you do at that regional?
At Baja?
Yeah.
I qualified in B class.
Okay.
I got
top 8. So
I think top 8.
Had to be.
Something like that. So I qualified there. I can't remember. I don't know if I just went in one class.
Is that when they were just doing stock at the regional? I mean, they wouldn't do stock and mod?
No, they did stock and mod. But I don't. I think I did that, and I tried to do the 450.
Okay.
And I didn't get in the 450. I think I crashed, and then I went to Bud's Creek.
For the regional?
Yeah. And
sand on sand? Is sand at Baja, sand at Budds Creek?
No way. There's not hardly any sand at
No,
Budds
but I'm getting it mixed up with the other track over there.
Creek.
Over on the East Coast, Maryland.
Oh, you're thinking like up by Southwick sand.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of for some reason.
Yeah. Okay.
I get those two confused all the time.
I know you know. I get everything confused. But anyway.
Anyhow.
So I went there, and I didn't even qualify there because I endoed down the hill. Like coming out of the back, endo down. I always crash at Budds Creek. Like even during like practice at the Pro Nationals, like I always eat it hard there. For some reason, like and it's always on like jumps. Like I've endoed this little tabletop last year.
Never
like
cool.
Yeah.
Like Budds Creek's not cool then.
I like it though. It's a fun
get
track.
it. I mean, but that's never fun to jump crash.
No.
Crash jumping, yeah.
No, that's never cool.
No.
So, I ended up going to Loretta's in B class there. That was the year Schlesinger won.
This is 2013?
No, that was 14.
14, I'm sorry.
13. I went in B and I think it rained a lot. And like, it's not an excuse, but I don't really care for the mud too much. But
I'm a fair weather rider.
I've never been really heavy enough to ride the mud. I can't go nowhere.
I'm like, you know what I mean?
I don't go nowhere. I just sit there and spin.
But
Chris McCann passes me. Jimmy Berg. Yep.
But did that, and then it was I don't know. I think I got 27th overall there. It wasn't real good. But then 2014, I went to two-stroke class. I actually qualified. I actually posted a picture of it on the Instagram a couple days ago of me riding. I had the cast on my wrist because I had broke my scaphoid bone, so they put a screw in it, and I still had a cast on. And I raced
at Loretta's.
No, at the area qualifier at Steel City.
Okay.
And that was sick. Like
What
I
kind of
got
bike
every
was that?
whole. I had an 01 RM 250 that I took to Loretta's in 14. And like I bought it for like $1,200. Did some stuff to it. Whatever. I just wanted to. I don't even know why I bought the thing.
Was this the beginning of the Suzuki streak?
No.
He said whatever. I don't even know what I was doing.
I don't even know like why I bought it. To be honest with you,
when
like
you say it like that,
I got
it's
on, like,
so
some
genuine
chick,
and
like,
true that we really didn't have a plan.
Oh,
We were just like,
100%.
we're just gonna grab an RM250 and do some racing.
100%. Like, cause like anything I've tried to plan in my life just goes to shit. But
that's an
So
okay
I just-
one.
I just go with it.
That's definitely a true fact. So yeah.
and
So we got the RM250. We're Steel City.
yeah, qualified.
in.
No idea how. I'd get whiskey throttle, like like the old MX versus ATV, like it would just like, take off.
Yeah.
Like that's how it was. And my dad's like, "What are you doing out there? Like, what's wrong?" I'm like, "Dad, I have a damn cast on my wrist." I said, and that, like, it gets like stuck. I'm like for real, you get straight whiskey throttle, and I have to pull the clutch in and like.
Try to get on
Yeah,
the
it
brakes.
was hard, but, like-
Ding, like on the
Yeah.
MX versus ATV. Like
It was
real
hard, but I
rapid.
made it happen, so that was good. And then regional was at High Point. That's another year I only did one area, one regional.
But at least you
And-
had the cast off.
Yeah,
The cast was off. So
yeah.
that
Cast was
better.
off for the regional. I think I got 4th at the regional or 5th, something solid. Just like regionals. First as good as an 8th. I heard top 7 now, or however many they take now.
Right,
Back then it was
6
As
8.
long as you're in, long as you're in.
Back then it was 8. So
It was
like
8, yep.
I didn't care if I was 1st or 8th. I
Because
just
there'd be
wanted
5
to be in.
regionals throughout
I'm
the
in.
United States.
I'm in.
Yeah.
They'd have 5 regionals and they'd take 8 riders. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what,
and then that year at Loretta's was kind of crazy, honestly. Our one buddy, some of my sister's friends that she went to school with, they were there. Like Tyler Jackson, I don't know if you know him, or Mike Costa, but he qualified for C class that year too. But so I had this 01 RM250 at Loretta's
In the two-stroke class.
in the two-stroke class when they still had it, which I don't know why they got rid of that.
I
That
don't
was
either.
such a cool class.
yeah, they'll probably bring it back.
But, let's see. First Moto. I don't know what happened first
Something happened first Moto.
Moto. Yeah, for sure. But whatever. I don't even know what I got. So then, the second Moto, I'm like on the line, and it like, I think it broke some clutch plates on the line because it hopped forward and I hit the gate. And like I'm a really good starter usually. Like I used to suck at starts, and then like I got good at them. Like I practiced them a lot. And like usually I'm top 3 in the starters.
Pretty
If not-
consistently.
yeah, pretty consistently. Like so then I'm dead last, come all the way back up. I think I got like maybe 15 to 14, somewhere
Not bad
around there.
coming through
Not
the
bad.
pack.
No, not bad coming, and like I
Probably
didn't like
even with some clutch problems too.
and like yeah, but what was even cool is like that year, like I don't know why I wasn't training at all in 13.
You're just riding.
Yeah, I think I had like
You weren't training with Gary anymore? Or?
no, I don't think I was training with Gary at this point anymore. With Gary Semix. No, because I was down at Jimmy Weinert's for the winter at one time, but yeah, that was okay. But and that's when I started working on bikes and stuff. But so then I put a clutch in it. No, it broke the first moto. The first moto it did that, broke the clutch plate, and then the second moto, yeah. So I put another clutch in it, whatever. Go race the second moto, and the thing's smoking like quarter of the way through the race, like a diesel, man, just like it's blowing it out.
He's fogging for mosquitoes.
Yeah,
now
like for real, like
we're blowing for
bad,
bugs.
and and so then we pull it down and we put another top end in it and started. And this when like by the time Wiseco got us so then the second moto, the first moto broke the clutch plate. Second moto was smoking. Well, a piece of clutch plate got caught in between the crank and the seal, the crank seal and the crank.
Yep, you're burning
so it was
oil.
just sucking the oil right up through.
Yep.
I don't even know what we were thinking back then either, but I don't know why we put a top end in it. But we put a top end in it, get it going, and it's like right before the third moto, so like it's supposed to be going up to the line, and the thing's still smoking. Yeah, and I'm like,
that's the
shit.
plate.
So we rip it. I pull that whole cover off, and I'm like, oh shit. So I pull that out, put it all back together, clean it out, get there going. I come out of the gate, I'm like in fifth.
Nice.
Right? Not bad. I'm like, hell yeah, cool. And like, the bike's just losing power. I'm like, I'm dropping.
Locking up.
Yeah.
As we're...
My dad's writing shit on the pit board, and I'm like,
yeah, I don't care.
This is exactly what I want to be doing. Like, it's great. I love my dad to death, but
that pit board. If I could just see that pit board now.
The pit board. Oh, he's wrote some funny stuff on there. It's funny now. But I'm like, so it drops back. And what ended up happening was the damn spark plug fouled out on it because all the oil and everything. We never changed the spark plug. Like $5
so
spark
it wasn't
plug.
locked up. It just fouled a plug.
Yeah, it was just fouling a plug, but it was just losing power because the plug was fouled on it. So it was sputtering like coming out of the corners. It sucked.
So 2014 Loretta Lynn's was not
too sure.
Well, the build-up was awesome on a 2001 RM250, but then just once you were up there, it just went crashing down.
I think I still ended up like 15th overall though, or 14th overall, somewhere around in there, like top 15 for sure. So it wasn't like terrible.
Just funny year.
Yeah,
just a good.
And I didn't train at all going into Loretta's that year. Like I was drinking Mountain Dew, like it was going out of style. Like
that's always right.
It was just straight off the couch,
down there.
and like it was fun. Like
awesome.
I loved it. It was fun week.
I'm gonna put a pin in it right there. Right there, I'm gonna put in a pin in it. I think 2014 two-stroke Loretta Lynn's on an RM250. I've already got it written down right here. We're putting a pin on it. Who's been helping you out a lot, Mario, to get you to the point where you are here today? Who's all your sponsors and the people behind you?
Oh well, I've actually had a lot of help, even since everything. We'll get into that next week. But
next week,
Charles at Piedmont Floors just helped me out a bunch. Ryan Smith and Gary Bailey at Lake Sugar Tree. I owe them a lot. They've helped me out so much.
I met Ryan Smith this past.
I would not be where I'm at without those two guys.
I met Ryan this past winter at a Tri-State Arena cross race.
Yeah,
he's
wicked
a good guy.
fun. Yeah, wicked good to be around them. FXR, they helped me out a bunch.
Always looking awesome.
Yeah, I would really like their gear. Let's see, my mom, my dad, my whole family, and
just a bunch of people keeping you.
Yeah, PR2. Shane does great with my suspension.
Right on.
Yeah, we'll pick up next week.
We'll pick up next week.
That's it.
Thank you, Mario, for coming into the studio.
Problem.
I didn't catch your lovely girlfriend's name here.
Fred.
Fred?
Yeah. Fred.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Fred.
Please.
Nice to meet you. She is a little bit out of camera right now.
That's another story.
I want to give.
Oh shit.
Kevin, anything you want to chime in before the end of the show this week?
We'll see you guys next week.
Next week, 6:30.
I'll have some good results
Tuesday
to let
night.
you know. Hopefully.
Yes.
Hopefully.
We'll
It gets way better.
We'll get some results from
Well,
Well,
this
Mario don't go
weekend.
racing. Of course you don't go racing with me.
We'll get some
Does he
Supercross
stay simple?
results. We'll get some Supercross results from Wednesday's race, tomorrow's race, and this weekend's race.
That's it.
And we'll be right back here in the studio next week for part 2
Of the Mario Testa, like, you know
of the
what I mean?
Mario Testa
So,
saga.
is this when I do my Joe Dirt thing? Is this when?
This is
Don't
it.
worry,
Yeah.
man. We get this little frisky cat right back in the hot seat next week.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
next week, join us for Moto number 21 of the MotOHIO show. I want to give a huge shout out to the folks at the OMPR, the Ohio MX Pit Bike Riders Facebook group, Reed's Auto Detailing, Smooth Speed MX, Pro Action in Northern Ohio, Action Extreme Sports, Flow Vision Company, Tardesigns, and Defiance Lifestyles for helping us out. Make sure you guys join us next week for Moto number 21 of the MotOHIO show. Give our show a like. Subscribe, drop us a comment,
We are
share
vlogging
the
out
show,
right
do everything you got to do to help grow the show and tell this story right here. So join us next week for Moto number 21 of the MotOHIO show.
The log out.